Well, hi everyone again. Great to be back with you as we continue to explore the parable of the great banquet, the tale of Jesus that resonates down today. Last time we looked a bit about what a banquet meant and how this guy asked Jesus, or said to Jesus, "Blessed is the one who will eat at the feast of the kingdom of God." And indeed it's true. But then Jesus goes on to tell the parable. So let me give it to you now. This is what it says. This is Luke chapter 14 and verse 16. Jesus replied, "A certain man was preparing a great banquet and invited many guests. At the time of the banquet, he sent his servant to tell those who had been invited, 'Come, for everything is now ready.' But they all alike began to make excuses. The first said, 'I've just bought a field and I must go and see it. Please excuse me.' Another said, 'I've just bought 5 yoke of oxen and I'm on my way to try them out. Please excuse me.' Still another said, 'I just got married so I can't come.' The servant came back and reported this to his master. Then the owner of the house became angry and ordered his servant, 'Go out quickly into the streets and alleys of the town and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind and the lame.' 'Sir,' the servant said, 'what you ordered has been done, but there is still room.' Then the master told his servant, 'Go out to the roads and country lanes and compel them to come in, so that my house will be full. I tell you, not one of those who were invited will get to taste my banquet.'" Well, that is the story. So what is going on? Well, again, if you remember, we're in the Pharisees' house and people are feeling self-righteous, we're okay. And Jesus tells this story to shake them up and perhaps to shake us up a bit as Christians. Imagine a situation where Basma, my wife, is preparing a meal. And we phoned or sent letters out inviting a number of people to come. And they've agreed to come. And then half an hour before the party starts, one by one, they start making excuses. One says, "I've just bought a house and I want to go and see it." Is that an acceptable excuse? Well, if they'd said something like, "I have a deadline for buying a house. I have to get the deposit in the next hour. Please excuse me," you'd understand. But if you already bought a house, you'd have seen it, inspected it, had it surveyed, sorted out the mortgage. This is just something, it's just an excuse for nothing. You can see the house anytime. And this is the case with the man with the field. You'd never buy a field without knowing what it was like first. It's more than an excuse, it's an insult. It is deliberate. It will be understood as such by all who are there. The second one, imagine then the second person phones me up or Basma up and says, "I've just bought a car. I want to go for a spin. I'm sorry, I can't come." That's the equivalent of this 5 yoke of oxen. There's no way that you would need to try them out after you've bought them. You try them out before. Oxen pull against each other. You've got to make sure they work. Just like with a car, you check first it's working before you buy it. You don't need to take it for a spin. Again, it's an insult. And the third excuse is the worst of all. "I just got married, so I can't come." Not even asking to be excused, just saying, "I can't come." And the implication is actually fairly basic. Why do you want to be with your wife if you've just got married? By the way, they'd have come back from the equivalent of a honeymoon. No, this is pretty basic and really an insult. In short, they're insulting the host, but more than that, all 3 of them, and it says, all alike began to make excuses. These are sample excuses. It means that the whole group have said, "We're not coming to your party, Basma." Why? of course you take it personally. This means that Jesus is saying to those Jews in the meal, you are rejecting me. You are rejecting God because you're rejecting me. You are insulting God. Let us beware lest we reject Jesus. And we need others to know about him so they don't reject him. But let me end this little one by saying, what happens then? The host is angry. I would be angry at this. They're rejecting me. So what does he do? Go out and punish them? No. He turns his anger into grace. He turns his anger into something positive and says, let's go and find someone else who will be grateful, who will want to come. And I think this is something wonderful about God. His anger is turned into grace. And so should ours be if we get angry. And how that grace comes about, we'll explore next time.